Hi everyone, Jim here. Welcome to Mystery and Mayhem. Today I'll be doing the BookTube newbie tag. First of all, welcome to my channel and happy Wednesday. It's a beautiful morning. I thought I'd do the BookTube newbie tag today. I wanted to wait until I had a few videos up before I did it, but it looks like I'm okay to go with it now. So let's get right into it. The first question is, why did you start this channel? Well, I've been watching booktubers for a long time now on YouTube, and I think it's great that people can get together and talk about things they love, books and stories they love, and share them with everyone. I mean, it's a great sense of community, and I kind of wanted to get in on that. I watched people do it, and I said, hey, I can do that. I have a YouTube, I have a camera, phone, and I thought I'd give it a shot. So far, it's been good, and everybody's been very welcoming. So, question 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? Well, as for unique things, I think everybody has their own unique perspective. I mean, you could have two of us doing a review or talking about the same book, but each of our perspectives will be unique. And I think that's the great thing about doing this kind of thing. Everybody has their own viewpoint, their own ideas about things, and everybody's channel is different, and everybody's channel is valid in their own way and interesting in their own way. As for fun, I mean, I don't know how fun it's going to get. I mean, it remains to be seen, but I think I'll make it interesting. I'll try to make it as interesting as I can, and hopefully people who watch me and look at my books and then reviews or books that I talk about will just find it interesting and want to keep tuning in. And question number 3, what are you most excited about for this new channel? Again, I'm just excited about connecting with the community and the people on here. I'm so looking forward to that. I was nervous about doing these videos at first, but now I'm kind of excited to keep doing them and keep posting stuff. And it's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Number 4, why do you love reading? Well, I've read all my life, as long as I can remember. I've read. I mean, it's always just been something that I've done. I mean, it's just come naturally, like anything. And for me, when I was younger, I think it was an escape. You know, I was a kid of a single mom. You know, me and my brother, and it just times were tough, and I could kind of lose myself in a book and comics. You know, and it's they've been companions to me all my life, and I consider a book like a time capsule. It's almost like a time machine, you know, and you have that direct line to that author's thoughts and ideas from, it could have been 100 years ago, but you read that book, and that person is alive and well, and you're directly connecting with them, and I just always thought that was a fascinating thing. You know, and it never gets tired. Okay, you'll have to forgive me here. My phone keeps turning off, and I don't know why. I mean, I've deleted all kinds of stuff on here, but it keeps shutting off on me. So I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can before it shuts off for a third time. Question 5, what book or series got you into reading? Again, going way back, I can remember reading Treasure Island as a kid, Robert Louis Stevenson. I still have the book up on the shelf somewhere. I remember reading Tom Sawyer, but the Tom Sawyer book I read was a Whitman classic, so it was abridged for kids. But I've read the complete one in the meantime. I remember when I lived in a small town up north in just outside of Kirkland Lake. I used to raid the little little storefront library all the time, like probably twice a week. And I'd grab a bunch of the Hardy Boys, the blue with the blue spines, the hardcovers, and I'd tear through those, take them back, grab 5 more, take them home, tear through those. And I think I was probably reading the Tarzan series at the same time, but I don't really recall if that was just then or maybe in grade 8 the next year. I was about 12 or 13 when I really started to get into reading. But I mean, even as a little kid, I read all the little kids' books, the little chapter books at school. I mean, I loved when the Scholastic pamphlet would come around, and you could order books from the Scholastic book club, and that was always a high point for me as a kid. So yeah, I've always been excited about reading and loved reading. It's just natural. I couldn't imagine not reading. So question 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Probably technical questions. I mean, I'm having a hell of a time trying to figure all this out. I mean, I'm using my phone, and I'm using Canva editing on my phone. So I mean, it's a learning process, and I'm struggling with a little bit. I mean, I probably have better equipment on my desktop, on my computer, but I have trouble sending this movie over to my desktop computer, and it's a whole rigmarole. So I just end up doing it on my phone. And so far, it's been working out okay. So, you know, and I'd ask them questions about how they overcame their fear or anxiety or camera shyness and things like that. I mean, I'm still dealing with that and trying to get better at that. But again, that comes in time, like with anything. You know, you just do it enough times and you get better at it. But I'm sure I'd think of more questions as, you know, as soon as I turn the camera off, I'll think of things that I want to ask people that I follow on BookTube. So question 7, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be hardest to overcome? Again, learning it, getting better at it, engaging my audience and keeping things interesting, and still overcoming the camera shyness and the nervousness. I mean, this kind of thing doesn't come natural for me. You know, I'm a homebody, pretty much a hermit, and you know, I mean, interaction with me isn't always the most comfortable thing. So yeah, that'll take a little bit to overcome. Question 8, when did you start reading? I think I might have mentioned that earlier, as early as I can remember. Question 9, where do you read? I read pretty much everywhere I can. I mean, mostly I have a spot on the couch where I sit and read. I wish I had a book nook where I could really read. I used to have one. The far room here, the second bedroom, is set up as a library studio, and I'll read in there too. You know, I've got all my comics in there, and more bookshelves. So I'll read there too. And you know, if I'm sitting in the car and waiting to pick somebody up, I'll take a book with me and read then. So I mean, whenever I can, you know, and like most of us probably, whenever we get the chance. Question number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read anything, really. I mean, when I first started reading, I would read anything, just voraciously. But now, I mean, I stick to mystery mostly, fantasy. I've got a lot of Westerns behind me, and I like biographies. Yeah, but I'm willing to read anything. If it's just something that strikes my fancy, I'll read it. So question 11, and now normally a lot of people don't do question 10 or 11, I think, because originally the newbie tag was 9 questions, now it's 11, but I figured I'd do all 11. So what does your book collection look like? So you see these bookshelves behind me. This is kind of our combination living room, dining room. The bookshelf over here to my right, the glass cover ones, that's my wife's bookshelves. And then these 3 are my bookshelves, and they're floor to ceiling bookshelves. And I've got Sherlock Holmes here, pretty much that whole shelf. This is a combination. I got some James Bond stuff, some Westerns, just, you know, Michael Connelly back here. I've got a lot of my anthologies, PI, mystery anthologies over here, Stephen King. There's all kinds of stuff mixed in there. Now, the far room, um, two of the walls are covered in bookshelves, floor to ceiling bookshelves. Half of one wall is my comics, and the other half of that wall is my paperbacks from floor to ceiling bookshelves, and they're double stacked, front and back with paperbacks. And then the other wall, I've just got full of mostly fantasy series like Robert E. Howard. I've got Edgar Rice Burroughs, Michael Moorcock on there. A lot of my art books, just everything I've acquired over the years. And I try to keep it fairly neat, like you see behind me. But I also have no more bookshelf space left. So I've got books on, well, not on the floor. I don't keep them on the floor, but they're stacked in there in the room. It's really, I have room to move, but it's starting to get to be a pretty desperate situation. Yeah, so I'll have to figure something out for that and find a spot for them or get rid of some books, which I hate to do. But that happens now and then. I've purged books before and got rid of books that I kind of regret later. But it's kind of a necessity when you have a lack of space and too many books. So I lost my audio there real quick as I was doing my sign off. So I'm just going to use my phone audio. Hopefully it works okay. I just wanted to, on signing out, I just wanted to thank a few people that, I owe for being here on BookTube and who inspired me to do this and made me believe I could do it. Specifically, three of them, Criminali, Ollie over at Criminali. He answered a lot of my questions in the comments of his videos, and he said just go for it and just do it. And when he first started out, and probably when most of us started out, we probably weren't the greatest at it, and we just got better as we went. So I'd like to thank him. He's one of my favorite channels, and I watch him all the time. And I want to thank Michael K. Vaughn, who I think I've watched more than anybody. He was probably the first booktuber I started watching, and I feel Michael and I are kind of kindred spirits because we both like a lot of the same things, and his channel is fun and it's interesting. He does a good job on his thumbnails, and he's a sharp dresser. So yeah, thanks to Michael. Again, I wouldn't be doing that without his inspiration, watching him. And I want to thank MJ over at Reading This Life for being a friend to all new booktubers and just making me believe that I could do this and inspiring me to do this. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I hope everybody's doing well and you enjoy this beautiful Wednesday, and I will see you soon. Take care and keep reading.